To another episode of Top of the Morning. I'm here at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County campus, and they're celebrating their 50th anniversary. And this is such a wonderful occasion. We have Julia Seltniks here, and she's going to tell us about what's going on during the 50th anniversary celebration. What's going on?
Well, there's a lot going on during the 50th anniversary celebration. We have a weekend, full of events. Obviously, the biggest centerpiece of the whole celebration is going to be our House of Grit Community Festival. It's on Saturday, September 17th. It goes all day. It's going to be right next to our brand new Performing Arts building. There's going to be all kinds of tents set up with activities for the community. You can bring your kids. It's going to be a lot of fun. In addition to that, we've also got things like the 50th anniversary puppy parade, which I am planning.
Oh, puppy parade.
Yes. We're going to have, there's going to be a unit of Chesapeake Bay Retrievers leading the charge, because that's our mascot.
That's right.
And dogs of all breeds and all ages are going to be participating. Mm-hmm. It should be a lot of fun. And, oh my gosh, what else? We've got the Decades Dance Party, which is going to be on Saturday night. Tons of alumni reunions everywhere from public policy to the Retriever Weekly, which I, as an alum, used to work on. So it's going to be a good time. You don't want to miss it.
A puppy parade. Now, that's a highlight. Now, correct me if I'm wrong now, Chesapeake Bay Retriever is a kind of fuzzy-looking dog that's a work dog. It actually needs a lot of space to move around, gets pretty big, and tends to be very intelligent and good with people.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. We actually, if you've seen our social media, we have, as the Alumni Association, we've been running a series of promos featuring some Chesapeake Bay Retriever puppies, and we did the photo shoot last fall, and they were just so wonderful to work with. It was kind of their first time out in the world, and they had a blast. And so did we, obviously. It was a very fun day at work.
Puppies do that. They have fun. They just love everybody.
Indeed. Indeed.
A puppy parade. How do you get the puppies to cooperate?
Well, we will have their owners with them. They'll just be walking them around. Yes. No, we're not going to let them roam free. It's just going to be, walking across the back of our campus, and everybody's welcome to, come and look and take pictures, and it's sure to be a good time.
All right, now, what are the highlights for the alumni?
Oh, the highlights for the alumni. Well, there are going to be tons of reunions. One in particular is the Retriever Weekly reunion, and as a former writer and editor for that publication, I'm going to try to make it out to that one. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to noon in the old Retriever Weekly office in, it's the current Retriever Weekly office, but it's in the University Center.
Okay. Tell the alumni why they need to be here for this 50th year anniversary celebration.
Well, for starters, it's obviously a huge birthday for us. We are a full half century old. There are old photos in our archives of when UMBC used to be 3 buildings and just a sidewalk going between them. The library didn't have the famous tower that it does now. There's just, we've been growing so much both in terms of student body and, campus area and stuff like that. And there's so many people who have passed through here through the years who have helped us make that happen. And we just really like to just welcome them back and to, remind them that this is home to so many people, including me. I am a class of 2013 alumna. That there's stuff here that wasn't even here when I started out. The Performing Arts and Humanities building was being built when I left. But, we just really like to, welcome everybody home and look forward to the next 50 years and counting and beyond.
What is your fondest memory of having been a student here?
Wow, there's actually a lot of fun memories. I really appreciate the chances I had to, really grow and develop intellectually and, sort of develop my own interests on campus. I did work with the Retriever Weekly. I was also part of an all-female a cappella group called the UMBC Stilettos. So shout out to them if you're watching. But no, there's so many ways to get involved and to be active, and the student life is just so vibrant here, and I really appreciated a chance to be a part of it, and hopefully when alumni come back, they'll be able to reconnect with each other and share those memories with each other as well.
We'll take a break and we'll be back with more at the top of the morning. I'm John Carrington, and I have the pleasure of interviewing Dr. Freeman Grabowski, who is the president of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County campus. 2 words, core curriculum.
Yes. I think it's an excellent idea. There are people who are questioning the value, but algebra in Texas should be algebra in Baltimore. And the core standards have been developed by experts. The key will be implementation and making sure that teachers have the support they need in order to carry out what we are expecting. Most important, outcomes. We want to know that students will be able to read well, to compute, and learn to think well. And those standards do address those issues.
All right, thinking is a skill.
Yes.
What can we as educators do to help people to pick up the skill of thinking, processing information, using it?
I'm a strong believer in reading. The more students read and write and talk about ideas and have the opportunity to have people to critique those writing pieces, the pieces of writing or what they say, the better students will think. And at the heart, though, of the matter, whether in math or science or in the humanities, reading and writing and thinking. And the thinking comes as a result of grappling with ideas, seeing how other people argue points, and having the chance to express oneself, one's opinions, and to have those opinions and that thinking evaluated by others.
Okay. Well, thinking implies creativity. Is technology helping our young people produce creative thought, or is it hindering?
It's a great question. I would say that technology is a tool. Sometimes in the same way that an ink pen was considered a tool, or in the way that printing was considered a tool at one point. I think it can enhance thinking. I think that students need to know how to use technology, and technology will mean different things to different people. Whether we're talking about playing games,
All right.
when a lot of thinking may or may not be involved, or whether sometimes there is a lot of thinking involved in games, or we're talking about how you use technology to learn to write more critically, or we're using technology to find information. And so it's how the technology is used, and that's why teachers and parents are so important.
That's critical. Whether the tool is automobile used for good purposes or an automobile used as a weapon.
Sure.
It's not the tool that you blame.
That's right.
It's the individual.
Yeah. Oh, very much so. And in science, for example, technology is used to visualize many times and to see things in several dimensions. And it's amazing how much more we can learn and how we can grow as a result of visualization through technology. So it is helping us to solve problems. Let me say that. Very much so.
Your recent commencement address received national recognition because you gave a vision of what you felt our young people need. What advice do you have for parents to prepare young people to enter the college level, the university level of learning?
Sure. You know, I could be somewhat mercenary and say that they could read my 2 books on parenting and high achieving kids in math and science and beating the odds and overcoming the odds, written by 2 of my colleagues, 3 of my colleagues and myself years ago. And I do recommend those books to people, and all the proceeds go to the university. But there are lessons in those books about preparing students in science, and the lessons come from families and parents. I think we can learn a great deal from listening to the parents of students who have succeeded and those who have not succeeded. I think the parents need a chance to talk with each other about what has worked and what has not worked, because in any family you'll find some cases in which there will be one student who's done well and the next student did not do well, and the parents may have done exactly the same thing. The point is that parenting is neither an art nor science, and we need to have opportunities for families, for parents, to hear the experiences of others. And most important, we need more collaboration between teachers, educators, and those families and community groups in looking at what students need to succeed in college. And that's reading skills, I go back to it, thinking skills, the willingness to work hard, to take advice, discipline, to persistence, right? And probably most important, a sense of self.
Okay. All right, could you define the ideal classroom? And I'm speaking of elementary school level. I mean, because that's where youngsters either learn to love learning, or become the opponent of a learning process.
I think we naturally want to learn. Children are always me, there's excitement, and in any classroom there should be just that. Excitement, kids learning to work with each other. It's amazing how colors have a way of improving and strengthening creativity, for example. But most important, opportunities for students to have hands-on experiences, to be able to move around, to have learning that is active, very, very important. And teachers are at the center of that experience.
All right, well, on that note, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back with more.
I want to know to Joy Martin saying she is what I call an amazing and wonderful quiet giant. Give her a hand.
Hey, welcome back to Top of the Morning. I'm John Carrington, and I'm here at the UMBC with Julia Seltniks, and she has a wonderful personality, so bubbly. You've got to be from Baltimore.
Well, technically, yes, I am. I was actually a military child. Most of my extended family is here in Maryland.
Okay.
But I was born in D.C. I lived in Hamden very briefly when I was a baby, and I moved around.
Hamden!
Yeah, there we go. West 37th Street, shout out. But I moved around the United States and lived in Europe for a little bit, and then came back to Maryland when I was in high school.
All right, beautiful. I can tell you were born in Baltimore. I can tell you. You're just bubbly. You know, it's like you want to make things happen. And you majored in what in school?
I studied media and communication studies here at UMBC. I had some great professors, Donald Snyder, Jason Laviglio, Fan Young. They really helped me out a lot, and, shout out to them as well.
All right, career-wise, where do you want to go?
Career-wise, oh wow. Well, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing here now. I was hired as a program assistant for the 50th anniversary efforts. I handle mostly the alumni and development communications side. I write for the alumni blog, if you want to check that out. That's umbcalumni.wordpress.com. And I also run our Alumni Association Facebook page.
All right. And what is your biggest challenge in this position?
My biggest challenge in this position? Well, it's definitely, I've had some learning experiences here that I'm very grateful for. I was tasked with planning the puppy parade, and I'd never, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. I had never planned an event before, so just figuring out, all of the legwork that goes into that, all of the emails to send and the calls to make, and just, trying to drum up interest in that way. It's been a challenge, but a very, very good one for me to have. And come to the puppy parade.
That has got to be your favorite event.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Do you own any puppies or dogs?
Not at the moment,
Okay,
no.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, if you were to get one, what type would it be? I'm just curious.
Oh, my goodness. Well, number one, I couldn't even pick. There's so many different breeds and so many different things that I like about each of them. My family had a standard poodle for a while. She was a very beautiful and intelligent and sweet and caring dog, and I would just love to have a dog like that again.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, and of course you are going back to school, I imagine, for some advanced degrees, and I'm asking you now, where would you like to go in that area?
I'm not sure yet, actually. I'm, pretty new in my career. I'm figuring out, what I'd like to do. I really like what I'm doing now, and I hope that can continue for a while.
Wow, that's fascinating. Advanced degrees are on hold, but that's okay. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more of Top of the Morning. Welcome back, Top of the Morning. John Carrington here, and we're going over the 50th anniversary celebration of UMBC. All right, recap for me. What are the highlight events that people need to pay attention to?
Oh my goodness. Definitely some of the highlights would be the Roots of Greatness Luncheon. That's on Saturday. The House of Grit Community Festival. Our grand finale for that day is Freeman Firebird and Fireworks, which is pretty much exactly what it says on the tin. It's going to be a big fireworks display. President Hrabowski is going to be speaking. It's going to be awesome. And the Decades Dance Party as well is something people are definitely not going to want to miss. We're going to go through sort of musical history of the last 50 years. Everybody's just going to be there, getting down, having a good time.
Okay, and what was your dance era? What decade?
I was here sometime between the Dougie and the Whip.
Dougie and the Whip.
Yeah.
Yesterday, she was here yesterday.
Technically, I was. I work a couple.
Everybody
floors
love
down
me
from
because
here.
my name is Dougie. That's all I remember about the guy. But,
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
I think.
can you do the Dougie or the Whip?
Oh gosh,
Just right there. Ask her
I was
that.
not prepared for that.
Ask her that though. It's funny.
All right, can you do the Dougie and the Whip?
Oh, that has long since left my muscle memory, sir. I don't think it was ever there to begin with. But a lot of people were doing it shortly before or right around the time I got here, so that's what I can tell you.
Okay, all right. Well, my era was James Brown. I feel good.
I love it.
That was about it. Oh my goodness. Any final thoughts for us?
Well, there's so many alumni like myself, young and old. We'd really love it if you came back. It's going to mean so much to us. There's so many people who've been working so hard on this event, and we can't wait for the weekend. We can't wait to see you all here, and we can't wait to see what the next 50 years is going to look like.
All right, well, Julia Selnick, I just want to thank you for being such a wonderful, wonderful hostess for this event, and I know that Puppy Parade is going to be really a blast.
We hope so too. Thank you so much, John.
Thank you. Well, hey, everybody, this is Top of the Morning, and you heard it from here. There's a 50th anniversary celebration at UMBC, and everybody, come on down and enjoy. This is Top of the Morning. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.